Dear partners, greetings of the day from Intour Maldives and welcome to our today's webinar and welcome in 2025. Happy New Year. It's our first webinar after New Year. And I really hope that you have an amazing holidays and had a nice rest. And now you are ready to be back and to sell Maldives and to work nicely for your clients for the traveling in upcoming season. So welcome. And today our webinar is dedicated to a very unique hidden gem in Maldives destination that is called Milaidhoo Maldives. It's a really exclusive small boutique island and really unique, and I'm looking forward for Sarah Forster. This is the cluster director of sales who will share today the knowledge about this wonderful island, and also her assistant director of sales, Mohamed Nadheem. He will join us and he will show us a little bit live from the island as well. So yes, hello Anita, hello Alex. I see so many good partners with whom we work on a daily basis. So welcome to our webinar. And before I will pass the word to Sarah that she will share with you the knowledge about Milaidhoo Maldives, I just wanted to highlight some news from Maldives destination. Basically, it was a big holidays and this is the busiest time for Maldives. Like, you know, this is a destination of winter, tropical one. So they have quite active from the mid-December until now, I believe. So there is not much in general like a big news, but what I wanted to share with you, this is the statistics, because we have very nice information for the full 2024, and we can compare right now with 2023, and we can see that the 24 year is really showing the growth of arrivals to Maldives in general, of the number of tourists, and after pandemic it was already growing, you know, and Maldives was consistently like 4 years straight called the best destination in the world for travelers. And actually, we see that 2024 is also very nicely showing how much this destination is beloved from all nations all around the world. Happy New Year to everybody who just recently joined. And let's just see how how 2024 was closed, right? Like, what is the top 5 countries that is closed arrivals, and China was on the number 1 of arrivals. It was followed closely by Russia. Then it's classical trio of Maldives. You know, Maldives was always the top destination for these countries. This is the UK, Germany, Italy, and then it's followed by India, USA, France, Spain, and Switzerland. Even though Switzerland is not a big country, but as you see with numbers of arrivals, it's really managed to be in the top 10. That's quite amazing. And what I like to see also, it's USA, even though it's so far away and they have so many nice destinations close by, but Americans really loved Maldives, and it's already the 2nd year straight that they're in the top 10 arrivals to Maldives. That's cool. And if we see the number of arrivals from the 3 years, like we see a significant growth, basically. Like in 2022, it was like 1,675,000 arrivals, right? And 2023, it was grown like for 200,000 more. And in 2024, it was already 2,041,000 people. So let's hope that 2025 will show us growth as well. And we will push from our side. And Eastern Europe is one of the most potential markets right now for Maldives. We know that it's growing. And here we go. I have a very nice statistics for the first half of January. And I'm always happy to see in the top 10 arrivals the country from the Eastern Europe. And this year, it's not Poland. The prize is going to Romania. So Romania, well done. I see that we have some partners there, very nice. And Romania is top number 10. I know that big contribution is done by charters that was done from there, but it's always cool to see countries from Eastern Europe in top 10 arrivals. Hopefully we'll see someone from Poland or Hungary. It would be cool as well. So this is my news from the destination, and also maybe next week I have another one prepared for you, exclusive incentive only for our partners that we will share by the next week. We're still finalizing it, so I'm really looking forward to it, to share it to our partners. And currently for the half months of January, we have a slight change in the arrivals. So on number 1 right now is Russia, then it's followed by Italy, UK, China, and Germany closing it. So basically it's the same countries, it's just the range is changed a little bit. But I think that it will be still changed, and China will eventually grow in the top number 1, because it's very close to, how to say it, the flight is not so far away from China to Maldives. It's, I believe, only 5 hours, and they have so many flights that for the Chinese New Year and everything, I believe that in February it will be going up to the top number 1. And also, I wanted to highlight that from our side for January was shared incentive, and those who didn't receive, please drop me a message after webinar and I will share it with you as well if you didn't receive it. And from my side, that's all. If you have any questions about the destination, please don't hesitate to write it in the chat, because I'm super excited to pass the word to Sarah and to learn some updates from Milaidhoo Maldives, because island is really beautiful, and I love it very much, and I hope that you will learn about it and will love it too, and we will start to sell it. So, Sarah, welcome. I'm passing the word to you.
Yes, so from me, first of all, also a very happy New Year to all of you. Eastern Europe, we are always very, very keen on seeing actually more of our customers coming from your market. So thank you for all your support. And I will now show you a little bit about our resort. Yes, so let me tell you the story of a small island. I will tell you about Milaidhoo Maldives. We opened back in 2016, which means we celebrated our 8th year birthday. Milaidhoo is a very, very small boutique island. We have only 50 villas, which we divide into 4 different categories. You can reach our resort either by seaplane, or if the flight is landing late, also by domestic flight. It's Manta Airline. We have our own seaplane lounge at the airport, and we are located up north in Barefoot. The flight duration is about 20 to 25 minutes to reach us. Like I said, we have 50 villas, which we divide into 4 different categories. Entry category are actually our water pool villas, with some of the largest pools that you can find for an entry room category. The total size is 245 square meters of those villas, and they are all extremely private, with a semi-open air bathroom if you want to open the doors, so you can, even from your bathtub or from the restroom, always enjoy the sea view. This is the entry into the lagoon. So you can see we have very large, very comfortable stairs that are leading down. They are not very steep. And the villas, the 29 water villas, are all facing the reef side. So it's easy also to go for snorkeling or swimming for the guests.
Yeah, exactly.
The next category is our beach pool villa. We have only 18 units of these. They are slightly larger. And as the name suggests, they are right in front of the beach. And you can, I will just show you better. You can actually see that the vegetation that you have here in the front, some of the villas have more vegetation, some have less. So if whenever you have a request for Milaidhoo, it is helpful that you indicate to us if the guests would like to have a bit more privacy, so more vegetation, or if they would like to have an undistracted view onto the sea. Then it's better there's less vegetation. All of the beach villas open up 180 degrees in the front, so you can get the full Maldives feeling in your villa. And here you can see the backside with the bathroom, where you also can find the outdoor shower. So there's an outdoor shower in the front when you come from the beach, and there's one in the back in the garden as well for the privacy. And this is the view onto the villa from the pool. So in all our villas, we have always tried to actually showcase the true Maldivian heritage. So you will find those swings on all the terraces, which is called an undoli, that you can find also in local Maldivian homes, or the walls, which resemble actually traditional walls built in local islands. So wherever in Milaidhoo you are, you will actually be reminded of what the Maldives actually is. And the island itself is very small. It's only about 180 to 300 meters. So you can walk around the entire island in about 12 minutes, depending on your speed. We then also have 2 beach residences. In addition to the regular beach villas, those have a separate living room on the left-hand side. So you have a bit more space. Also, the pool features an additional jet pool. So it's like a jacuzzi with cold water, basically. And those villas also offer additional amenities, such as laundry service or a half-day cruise, a private cinema under the stars, or also the guests can meet the chef and fully customize their menu. So we have 2 of those, one on each side of the island. And last but not least, we have our Grand Dam, which is our 2-bedroom ocean residence. It is at the end of the Water Villa jetty, so it's the most private villa. And it has direct sunset views, completely undistracted, because there's nothing in the back in front of this villa anymore. You can see it's a 2-story villa. On the upper floor, the villa actually has its own private gym, so the guests do not have to come out. And you can see there's a large 60 square meter infinity pool in front. This is the view onto the living room with a little glass floor, so you can observe the fish while you are sitting there enjoying the views outside. Directly onto the bedroom and onto the bathroom. That is the master bed and bathroom. And this is the second bedroom. So you can see it's a bit smaller. It has its own bathroom, and those 2 beds can also be combined into 1 bed if the guests do not want to have twin. In terms of restaurants and bars, we feature 3 restaurants and 3 bars in Milaidhoo, and our available meal plans are only half board, which includes breakfast and dinner, or Milaidhoo Gourmet plan, which is our form of the all-inclusive. So we have our all-day dining restaurant Ocean, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, where you can find breakfast as a semi-buffet with a live sushi station, more than 25 different kinds of cheeses, well, basically anything you could ever wish for, and a la carte dishes as well. Lunch and dinner in Ocean Restaurant are solely a la carte, and they come from international menus. So you can find dishes from Thailand, you can find dishes from Sri Lanka, from India, but also from Europe or from Japan. We then have Shoreline Grill, which is our grill restaurant that is only open for dinner. And as the name suggests, you get fresh seafood, grilled meat items, everything while you're sitting barefoot with your feet in the sand on the beach. We also have the chef's table, which is our teppanyaki table, and the wine cellar over there. So the sommelier always is helpful to recommend wines, and we do a lot of wine tastings in the wine cellar as well for all our guests. The last restaurant and our most special one is Butterly by the Reef. It was actually the first Maldivian fine dining restaurant in the world back when the resort opened. And it's a restaurant that is built on a boat, but the boat is fixed. So you're basically on the boat without ever having to get sick. It's also the most romantic spot on the island. Compass Pool Bar is our pool bar that where you can dine anytime during the day. So we have light snacks. We do our cocktail parties over there, and we have 6 times a week also a live band playing over there to create some ambience for the guests in the background. Very new and not in the presentation yet is also Azur, which is our beach lounge, which you can find next to Butterly. I'm sorry, I don't have a slide for that. But that is open also the whole day and offers a la carte dishes from all around the world for the guests as snacks. And Butterly Lounge is the second boat, which is right next to Butterly Restaurant, where the guests can enjoy a very quiet, nice sunset in the evening prior to their dinner, for example. In terms of facilities, I already mentioned that the island is very small. So we have our Serenity Spa, which has 4 treatment rooms. All of them are double treatment rooms, and they also have a steam room, as well as a bathtub outside. We use Taranaka, we use Elemis products over there for the guests. We do yoga. Recently also started aerial yoga that we offer to the guests, and we have every morning complimentary yoga sessions. Milaidhoo is very famous for its underwater world, given we are located in Ba Atoll. So we also have Ocean Stories, our diving center. We do have PADI certified courses that we offer. And the house reef in Milaidhoo goes right around the island. So we are very blessed, our marine biologist as well is very blessed to take the guests around and always show them our resident turtles, stingrays, sharks. We don't have any dangerous animals, but those can be seen frequently all around the island. We also provide non-motorized water sports. In terms of activities, we have many excursions, such as most of the Maldivian islands offer. We do fishing trips in the morning, in the evening, are very blessed with many dolphins around. So we do dolphin cruise excursions, sunset cruises on traditional boats, such as you can see on the picture, for example. And we are also blessed in Ba Atoll with a lot of uninhabited islands and sandbanks, which we usually use for private dinner, beach barbecues. We can even do dining on a luxury yacht. Everything in Milaidhoo is very customized and very private usually. Just to give you some highlights, we have, for example, an activity that we call Sleep Under the Stars. So the guests, for example, will in the evening go for a dolphin cruise where they will start with champagne, will then be dropped after sunset to a sandbank where chef has created a 5-course menu for the guests that will be cooked over there. And after that, the housekeeping team has replicated the guest's bedroom on the sandbank. So guests literally spent the night on the sandbank, and will be greeted in the morning with a private breakfast on the same sandbank as well. That's the most private experience you can literally get in the Maldives. We're also famous for Honey Faru Bay with the manta race. So when it's manta season, usually from May to November, we arrange snorkeling trips into the UNESCO Biosphere Reserve Honey Faru Bay every other day for our guests. And lastly, we do a lot of private cinemas, either on the beach or also on the guests' villa deck, if they want to be completely private. Milaidhoo is a very romantic island, so we do not allow children below the age of 8, which means we naturally have lots of couples who either celebrate an anniversary or their honeymoon, or even the baby moon, which is really becoming famous now. So just to give you an example, for the baby moon, the guests will receive a gender reveal cake. They can plant a coral on behalf of the baby. And the mom also gets a massage to relax her. And in terms of honeymoon, besides the private candlelight dinner, the spa treatment, we also give the honeymooners Name Your Star certificate, which we do in collaboration with an American company. So the guests can then actually take this certificate back home with them and have a lifetime real memory of the honeymoon. So this is just some impressions from around the island. And that really all is I can show you about our small island. To give you an idea, we would consider our competitors of Milaidhoo, Anantara Kihava, Four Seasons Landa, the entry-level villas of Sonavafushi. So we see us in the same range. However, as we only welcome children 8 years and above, we do not have kids club facilities. We do not have a babysitter service, and everything on the island is rather quiet and tranquil as opposed to those islands. That is what sets us apart a bit. And now I will pass on to my colleague, Nadheem, who is on the island and will now show you a villa. Apologize for the weather. As you might have heard, it's not the best at the moment in the Maldives, but we are making the most out of it. So I'll pass on to Nadheem then.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for taking the time to join this beautiful webinar so that we can explain and, of course, inspire you about.
You turn off the video. We can't see you.
Oh, 1 second.
Please turn on. Yeah.
Bear with me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Just one moment, dear partners. Let's Nadheem to fix it, and we will get back. So, dear partners, if you have any questions about Milaidhoo, please write it in the chat while we are waiting for Nadheem to get connected to us. Yeah, now we can see it. Can you talk a little bit so we can hear you?
Yes, so we are right now inside the two-bedroom ocean residence with pool. Thank you, Tetiana. And we're just walking through in, and the space immediately starts opening up into our beautiful living room. And it's a miracle, but we have sun finally. And just under the living room, you can see a glass panel, so you can see under while you're sitting in this beautiful circular living space. The space opens up into a stunning sunset view. Because the two-bedroom ocean residence is right at the end, you really get the best view right at the edge of the jetty. We are just in the twin bedroom side of the two-bedroom ocean residence. I will show you the bathroom for the twin bedroom as well. Double vanities on either side, a beautiful standalone marble bathtub, showers, as well as a toilet space, which opens up into the double bed, which, as Sarah mentioned, can be converted into a double bed as well by joining the two beds. Stepping out, the cushions are not, and then there, it's just beautiful, expansive views. And this is just the outdoor space. I will go back in. I will come back to the view, but I will quickly show you the rest of the layout so that you can have a real-time impression. There's a TV in the second bedroom as well. We're just making our way past the dining table, past the living room, into the master suite. So it's a separate space, can be closed off from the living room, and looking directly into the stunning sunset. Super high ceilings. And we're walking straight into the bathroom where we have the walk-in wardrobe for him and her separately, and then the toilet and shower on either side, and the space just opens up in the master bedroom. You have the standalone marble bathtub, the almost floating like vanities with these beautiful double-sided mirrors, and the view across into the ocean. So in all three spaces, it opens up into this beautiful all outdoor wooden deck, and you just get the best views. There is access to the sea directly, and right here is actually where the reef starts. So it's direct access to the reef. And look how beautiful the circular pool looks. It's an infinity pool right at the edge, and that's where you would have kind of the cabana set up as well. And plenty of sun lounges and outdoor seating available for the guests as well. There is one more view that I would like to show you. And if you have any questions, you can shoot them across on the chat if you can also. I will just quickly show you one other special space that is inside. The stairs lead up to a secondary floor, and the second floor is an entire private gym just for the guests to enjoy. And this gym probably has the best view I've ever seen. It's direct sunset views with your own private balcony, and that's what you look at every day when you're walking out. And it's really the entire outdoor space. It's exposed natural wood. The location is beautiful. The product is exclusive, and you really get the best when you're snorkeling in a Milaidhoo reef. Somehow the weather also worked out for us. You can start to see the sunset coming down now. But just to give another view, this is how the gym space looks like. Heading back down. We're just stepping outside so you can see where the rest of the rooms are. And that's how it looks. It's beautiful, very nice, clear day. And this is the entryway. And we're going. Back where we started.
Nadheem, thank you very much. I have a question actually about the reef. Like, how deep is the water from overwater villas? Is it possible, like, to jump from the jetty, or it could be like low tide, high tide, and the water can go away? How the situation is?
So we do have high and low tide, of course, in the Maldives. When the water is on low tide, it would be around 70, 80 centimeters in depth. When we have a high tide, it goes to about 1 meter 50, 1 meter 60. So from all the water villas, we always have them covered with water. And what's special about is that one side of the island, the villas are actually in the deeper water region, which means it's better for swimming. Whereas on the right-hand side of the jetty, the water is actually more, sorry, there's some wind in the background. The water is actually a bit shallower because we have our reef over there. Yeah, but the water villas are always covered with water.
And another question, like you're located in Batol and Milaidhoo is famous with Honeyfaru Bay. So is it happening that mantas are arriving to the lagoon of Milaidhoo, or you need to take exactly the excursion to go to see mantas? How the manta situation is going on?
So we have been very, very lucky with here and there always a manta coming by to say hello. So you don't actually have to go to Honeyfaru Bay. It's also many times that the mantas would be closer to Milaidhoo. So they would be between us and another resort. So there's no need in taking the 15-minute drive all the way to Honeyfaru. But it could be also 5 minutes close to the island. So they are frequently around when it's the manta season.
So it's really super unique selling point for Milaidhoo. So basically you can stay during your vacation in Milaidhoo. You can normally snorkel all around and you can regularly see mantas on the season of mantas. So dear partners, please note this moment. If you have any clients who are really obsessed with the sea life and they want to see mantas because it's really amazing, very gracious creatures, and I really truly believe that everyone who loves sea life, they need to see it once in a lifetime or even few times, but it's really beautiful, and Milaidhoo is blessed with the location. So it's a good combination of luxury stay, nice food, intimate, lovely, small, exclusive island, and plus amazing reef with manta access. So that's so cool. And we do have a lot of guests in Milaidhoo and always have very nice feedback. So it's a really beautiful island, and I'm so happy that we finally featured it in our webinar to share the knowledge as well about Milaidhoo. And Nadheem, so thank you so much. I believe that you can disconnect, and we wanted to highlight a special added value that was shared to us by Milaidhoo, and it will be shared only to the participants of the webinar. So let me check, and here we go. So the first 5 bookings that is coming from participants of the webinar, the guests will receive a combined dolphin cruise once during the stay. This voucher, it will be combinable with all special offers that currently working on. It's like added value to you to sell it, and only your guests will receive such advantage from Milaidhoo. In case if you have any questions about this beautiful island, please drop it in the chat so Sarah can reply to it, because I'm really excited to share the knowledge about Milaidhoo. It's a beautiful island, and I remember that once it was featured about opening and pre-opening. At that time I was still in Maldives, and I remember how much I was excited because it was a new concept when the villa can it basically was the first island that have a concept when you can fully open up the villa and enjoy the nature of Maldives. Like you can open it
80 degrees.
80 degrees, yes, and you can just like reconnect with nature and all these round shapes without sharp corners. It was also first introduced by Milaidhoo, so it was a really truly beautiful island at that time and now as well. But I remember that how excited I was on it opening, and yeah, so it's beautiful. Dear partners, any questions, please write it in the chat, or you like, if not, then maybe I will ask you more. Like, Sarah, do you have bicycles on the island, even though it's tiny? But
and unfortunately not, because since we can walk around the whole island in 12 minutes, we just don't have the space on the island to park all the bicycles. However, we do have buggy service, so obviously we have butler service. And if there's a guest that requires a buggy, the butlers can always drive the guests. So if the guests don't want to walk, or if they maybe are not physically able to walk that well, the buggies are always available for them.
Okay, and another question that I have, like, you're welcome children from 8 years old, right? And as adult, as the island more cater for romantic stay, what kind of entertainment you do have for the children from 8 years until teens, like, right? Because they need to do something on the island.
Yes. So to be very honest, we did a calculation. It's about 20 to 30 children between 8 and 11 that would actually come to Milaidhoo per year. So it's not many, because we just don't have the real facilities. Obviously, we have a football ground, so the kids would then sometimes play with our team members and play football or play badminton. Also, many of the kids would go with the parents for snorkeling trips already, or do a bubble maker in the diving center. We do have certain kids activities but it always depends also how many kids are there.
How many kids
because
on the island?
If you have a couple of them, you can do more activities, which would be, for example, during Christmas, where the front office team played some ball games with them, or they did a little treasure hunt. But if we have only one or two, we can do painting classes, we can Maldivian language classes, we can do things with them. It's very customizable also what the kids like to do.
That's nice. And one more question, it's about the lounge. So do you have a Milaidhoo lounge, or it's a shared TMA lounge? Like
so we are actually using the business class lounge of Manta Airways.
Manta, okay,
So,
it's quite
we have
cool.
the business class lounge of Manta Airways, yes.
Okay, super. Yep, so my questions, that's it. Dear partners, any questions from your side? As you mentioned, Sarah, that your resort is quite popular in Eastern Europe, so probably it's not new for the agents.
I hope it's not new. I hope it's not new.
Okay. That's cool. I see that you covered everything with the presentation, and I hope that our dear partners really enjoyed it, as I am. I really, happy to see sun and sea, because now in Poland, for example, the weather is not so good. So I have a very nice tropical vibe from the live connection from Ireland. It's like bring up my mood. Hope we will brought up some mood for our partners as well. So Sarah, thank you so much, and Nadheem too, for joining us today. And
thank you all so much
knowledge.
For giving us this opportunity.
In the follow-up email, I will share with all our partners the sales kit of the Milaidhoo special offer that is currently working on. Of course, this voucher, and the video of this webinar will be uploaded to YouTube channel. And to those who missed the opportunity to join us today, they can follow up on our YouTube channel. Yeah, so thank you so much, and I will just play video one more time to those who didn't see it in the beginning, so they will have a little bit of vibe as well. Thank you, Sarah, and dear partners.
Thank you.
See you on our next webinars.